We share basically 5 allergens, so even if you have one, I mean, whatever we're eating is probably okay for you.
A worker came up and gave us sapin.
It's basically like a tri-colored rice cake. We're happy that it's still amazing even considering allergens.
Just because we're on this new diet doesn't mean that we don't have the urge to snack. It's proudly local. It's Filipino.
In the Philippines, there's just so many great options for snacking, and now we're getting to know allergen-free items as well. Hello! We are back in the Philippines, but more specifically, we're back in Metro Manila. We are back pretty soon, and we are really happy to be here again. It was the first place we came to when we started this whole traveling abroad journey. So to be honest, half of our time, the first time we were here in Metro Manila, was actually spent recuperating because of the shock of having left everything behind. We know that that might not have come through as much in our videos, but that was the truth of our lived experience, was that half of it was really just like staying at home and recuperating and all of that. In that way, we wanted to come back to the Philippines to be able to kind of have a somewhat shock-free experience and being able to see Metro Manila in another light.
Like you said, we didn't show a lot of the shock that was happening, but we were processing a lot of feelings that first time, and this time around, we feel much more at ease being here, especially because we spent so long here the first time.
This will be the first country on our journey so far that we have returned to since leaving. We have a better grasp of what it's like to be here. That being said, our videos here being back in the Philippines are still going to be a bit different because since the last time we've been here, a lot of changes have been happening both on camera and off camera. We can't really have the same Metro Manila trip that we did last time, and we don't intend to do that either. But this time maybe showcasing more of what we have to go through on our day-to-day while still exploring new and different things here in Manila.
If you're not new to this channel, you would have already known that we have had a major transformation from South Korea, the last place we were at, where we learned a lot about our dietary restrictions that we did not know about beforehand. It really changed everything for us, and so we have returned to the Philippines as completely new people. We can't move the same way we did before, but that's okay.
For those of you who have seen our previous Philippines videos, you might have been interested in the food that we were sharing, because on the one hand, yes, I can cook Filipino food, but on the other hand, it's fun to explore and get to try so much of what the cuisine has to offer. And at the same time, nowadays, our food videos here are going to look a little different. Thankfully, the Philippines has amazing food for everyone, including people with allergies or even just latent allergies. And so that's kind of what we want to start incorporating and including in our videos here. How do we have to live on a day-to-day when it comes to eating, and how we get to navigate that, starting out with the Philippines as kind of the first official place that we're navigating that after our revelation in South Korea.
It's so funny. The Philippines were the first for our traveling abroad journey, and now it's the first for our how do we regularly eat food that doesn't give us inflammation.
Luckily, because I can cook Filipino food, I know a lot about kind of the general ingredients and ways to prepare certain foods here. So I think it's a nice kind of easing into how to eat out here as well, because a lot of our videos now maybe won't be so food focused, or we won't really be having the most like foodie-ish videos in the same way that we have been. We'll still try to be informative with the places that we eat out at and kind of explaining why did we choose certain things given the foods that we have latent allergy to. For those who haven't seen our previous video, that is wheat, gluten, dairy, eggs, and even soy. So it's like kind of like huge food categories that so many cuisines and just dishes include, and a lot of times they're kind of hidden as well. They are latent food allergies, so thankfully like nothing extreme happens to us, but like we genuinely don't enjoy feeling the discomfort that often has happened when eating any of those foods.
That feeling's been present our entire lives, so we just got used to it and thought it was normal, but it isn't, and that was very eye-opening.
Even though this information was revealed to us in South Korea, the Philippines is kind of the first full place that we are staying that we are navigating all of this. The purpose of this video today is showcasing that here in the Philippines, and specifically in Metro Manila, there are some really great options for people like us who are a lot more conscious about what we can eat, so that we can reduce how much inflammation and just discomfort we feel. Both of us are people who enjoy eating good food, so we're not just like eating things just because we have to. We are still trying to find things that we genuinely like eating for flavor and taste. For this time in Metro Manila, we are actually staying in BGC because while we did have one video in BGC, we didn't get to spend as much time here as we wanted to, so we knew that for this time coming back, we wanted to spend as much time here, meaning that we are staying here. We were able to find a couple places that service food allergy sensitive people. We were really excited to show what we found and kind of just showcase that yes, the Philippines has healthy food options and pretty accessible too.
What's funny is these type of places were not on our radar before because we weren't looking for them. We weren't aware. And now that we are looking for them, it is always a pleasure when they pop up because it feels super supportive. Like, oh, okay, we don't have to just stay home and only get grocery food, but we can check out a couple places that provide the alternative options that we now need. We're starting at SM Aura or SM Aura. We like saying SM Aura. It sounds more fun that way.
Yeah.
But maybe technically it is SM Aura. Some people in the comments have mentioned that before. The first time we came here, we didn't even know that there was the escalator side of the mall.
Yeah. So pro tip, if you know you want to eat first on the 5th floor, you can just enter this outdoor escalator and it'll take you straight to the 5th floor. But also, it takes you to every floor as well.
We also might have a lot of callbacks in this video because a lot of our time in BGC left a huge imprint on us, and we really loved filming that first BGC video. Everything here is just as we remember it the first time we came.
Yeah, last time we came here though, we only just looked at this rooftop. We didn't get to eat here, but there is an eatery area on this top rooftop floor. So we are going to go eat. So we are going to get the sinigang in pineapple and guava with the bangus belly. We're getting this because usually sinigang is made without allergens, so usually there's no gluten, dairy, wheat, or soy and egg in it. Kind of all in the clear. And then we are also going to get beef caldereta, which also usually isn't made with allergens. Because we are back in the Philippines, we are obviously going to get a calamansi fresh fruit cooler along with a sampalok fresh fruit cooler, which is tamarind.
And the drinks have arrived. This is the tamarind one. This is calamansi. Look, they got us tilted glasses.
We're back in the Philippines, so I have to start with calamansi first. It's so good. It's like a smoothie. I think just crushed calamansi nice. Always a solid flavor.
So delicious. It's been a while. I've really missed this a lot. If you've seen our Philippines videos, you know that we both love calamansi so much. And everywhere we went, we were looking for anything that was calamansi juice-like. Luckily, even after our new diet review, we can still have calamansi, which is a huge relief.
And then we have the sampalok, so tamarind. Sinigang is traditionally made with tamarind, so having it as a shake before we have the sinigang is kind of funny to me, but it's a lot more subtle. It's not as sour or tangy, I think because it's just more in like shakes. It's very delicious.
Like you said, that's really subtle, and that is very nice. It kind of takes the insane kick out of tamarind. I'm used to tamarindo from Puerto Rico, and this one is slightly toned down. Makes for a much smoother drinking experience. So here's the beef caldereta. We did have to take some cheese off the top because it came with cheese. We did not know that. And then this is the sinigang bangus belly. Looks like it comes on top of a little heater. There's like a little fire going on in there.
For those of you that don't know, this is basically like Filipino beef stew.
Still one of my favorite Filipino dishes, and I am very happy I can still eat it.
Very good. We have sinigang, which is like Filipino tangy, sour, amazing deliciousness in a bowl. We got it with bangus, which is basically milkfish. That's one of the proteins that you can have with sinigang. And oh, look at that. Like you can tell this is going to be so sour because it's so orange. It looks so good. It's so sour, I love it. Sinigang, whether pork, fish, beef, chicken, shrimp, amazing every time.
I have you over here behind the camera to thank for introducing me to so many amazing Filipino foods. Like this one, this is also a top favorite for me. Also, very happy that we can still eat it. A lot of our videos now are just going to be us being very happy that we can still eat some of the foods that we really like. And this is one of them. We were just in the middle of eating and a worker came up and gave us this complimentary. It's sapin-sapin.
Basically like tri-colored rice cake with crispy coconut chunk.
Luckily, it's something we can still eat with our new diet, and it looks amazing. So we're gonna eat the sapin now, but it really was a surprise for us and a huge pick-me-up.
Yeah, because this journey is pretty overwhelming to have to be very conscious about all the things that we're eating, and even having to pick out some cheese because the caldereta was kind of sprinkled with some cheese. We were able to get most of it out, so it's okay, but yeah, it's just overwhelming, and we have Filipino food without any regard to allergens, and it's amazing. So we're happy happy that it's still amazing even considering allergens.
So this really brightened our mood.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mesa.
These are usually the colors they come in: purple, white, and then orange. That's one of my favorite desserts, and I totally forgot that it's a thing that we can still have, so I'm very excited to eat this. This toasted coconut offers such a nice crispy feeling. It's kind of like Filipino mochi. I would say it's different, but that's kind of my best way to describe at least the texture and kind of experience of it.
That's really delicious. For me, the main flavors that come through the most is coconut, rice, and a sweetness. It's very simple, but that's really all you need for a really good dessert. You don't need anything too crazy. Like we're saying early in the video, this is yet another example of something we're so happy we can still eat. It's still okay with our dietary restrictions, and it's delicious as ever.
Alright, so one of the health food stores that we have come across here in BGC is literally called Healthy Options. Very on the nose, but we are very excited about it because it kind of is laid out like a grocery store of sorts. They have cold foods, and then they have a lot of supplements, as well as just snacks and pantry items as well. They even have a baby section, and then even some allergy-free detergents and home goods. So kind of a lot here. We explored it already once, but we're so excited about it we wanted to include it in a video.
This is an example of some of the places that were invisible to us before, and now all of a sudden they're all we look for, and we're so happy that they exist.
Yeah, we're not sure if this was already here the last time we were in BGC, but if it was, we had no idea. We don't remember ever really noticing this. And it's a pretty large store. It takes up one of the corners at the end of the second floor. The back corner of the store has a sugar-free section as well as a gluten-free section, so we obviously kind of come here first. And luckily, these are actually one of my favorite snacks. This dark chocolate quinoa sea salt chocolate snack, and all there is basically dark chocolate, quinoa, and sea salt. So very easy. They even list allergy informations, and there is not really anything to be allergic about. Just, you know, trace amounts of milk from, I think, this milk chocolate version. Personally, I'm more of a dark chocolate person myself.
Just because we're on this new diet doesn't mean that we don't have the urge or desire to snack. Finding snacks like these is super helpful.
I think actually the first week after our allergy revelation, we didn't really have any snacks. Not because, oh, we're not gonna have snacks. We just didn't know what we could eat, because most of the snacks we regularly were eating had one of the 5 main allergies that we have. But we have been slowly discovering some nice snacks that we can eat that don't make our stomachs feel bad afterwards.
May not be the most exciting, but if any of you watching have similar dietary restrictions, let us know. It'd be nice to know that we're not fully alone in this.
Yeah, like we share basically 5 allergens, so even if you have one, I mean, whatever we're eating is probably okay for you. We really do miss a lot of what we've regularly eaten before, but we're kind of at this point in life where it's more important to us to nourish our bodies and also make sure that we're not eating anything that makes our bodies uncomfortable. So even if that means giving up a lot of foods that we really like, that we have recorded and shown you guys, then that's just kind of what it's going to be.
We basically have to stay away from all processed food now, unless we can see the few ingredients that it has. I think places like this, we can still find minimally processed foods, and that's about the best we can do.
You have to say though, even at a store like this, there are still going to be foods here that have allergens in them. Because we have like 5 big ones, we are pretty strict about which ones we can get. For example, if you only have just a gluten allergen, but you don't have allergens to anything else, then maybe just shop the gluten-free area. Otherwise, yeah, like there is something here for everyone, even in our case, but just have to kind of disclose it's not like, oh, everything in the store is allergy-free. It's like, no, you still have to read the nutrition labels and kind of use your own discernment as well.
All right, we are at our next location.
Where is it? Real food. Again, on the nose. But they have a lot of allergy-friendly foods here. So grocery items, pantry items, cold, hot things, snacks. This store specifically has a lot of local and small business to the Philippines brands here. It's really exciting to see a lot of Filipino businesses in this store.
Support local. These are the proteins. You can see like straight up pea protein. This is an example of one of the things we do to still be able to have protein intake. Yes, we'll eat lean meats, of course, that aren't too processed, but also little scoops of pea protein or other non-dairy protein. It's surprising the amount of dairy stuff, oat stuff, and gluten stuff that's in protein powders. But luckily, this place has stuff like this, and also it's proudly local. It's Filipino.
Here is an example of a small local Filipino business being offered here at this store because it is handmade and proudly Filipino. It is really awesome to be seeing Filipino foods and Filipino brands just plenty here in this store. For example, with this Tropical Thunder muesli, the ingredients list is rolled oats, agave, dried pineapple, dried papaya, dried mango, coconut, flax, and chia. You can literally read all this and you can even picture what this stuff is. Very natural, but still conveniently packaged.
We can't eat this one. There are probably those of you watching that you could eat it.
They even have bins here where you can just like fill up per pound or per kilo of just nuts and whole ingredients. Lots of options here. For example, this is another Filipino-made brand, and the ingredients are all listed here on the back. Gluten-free flour, coconut oil, coconut powder, coconut sugar, raw sugar, and baking soda. And that's what these cookies are. Pretty awesome.
This is cacao nib, cocoa chia, oatmeal raisin, something for everybody.
We actually have a particularly favorite snack that we're back here for, and it is these banana chips. We like the cinnamon flavor because it kind of reminds us of cinnamon rolls or like Auntie Anne's a little bit too. And nice in between for crunchy things like potato chips. This is an amazing option for us because it's just plantain, coconut oil, sugar, salt, cinnamon, and then glucose as a glazing agent is what it says. But otherwise, allergen info literally says none. We can eat a whole jar of this. We try not to, but it's very delicious. We love that banana chips are a thing. And in the Philippines, there's just so many other great options for snacking items. And now we're getting to know allergen-free items as well. All right, so I particularly have a soy sensitivity. A great option for soy sauce especially is coconut amino. So you have liquid aminos, coconut amino teriyaki sauce. So there's no soy. This one's gluten-free. Basically just coconut water and coconut nectar. That is seriously such a great option to have.
And it's delicious too. This is Wagyu adobo flakes and chicken skin chicharron. You just reheat it in the oven and it's all made in the Philippines.
So this section is a bunch of jams and butters. For me, I'm someone who really likes Nutella, but Nutella is full of lots of allergy ingredients. And so I saw this option just now. It's basically a chocolate flavored coconut jam. All the ingredients is cocoa natura cocoa syrup and fresh coconut milk. I'm hoping this tastes kind of like Nutella in that like chocolate jam kind of thing because we even found a bread here that is free of all the allergies that we have. I'm really hoping that this will be a nice little breakfast item.
So here is the bread option. Gluten-free white bread. See, gluten-free, low-carb, dairy-free, egg-free, vegan-friendly, nut-free. The ingredients right here: white rice flour, brown rice flour, white sugar, and chia seeds. Very simple. I believe it has to stay refrigerated, but you toast it like regular bread, and we've already tried this. It's so good. It still tastes like bread, but a little different. Kind of like sourdough. So sourdough tastes like bread, but a little different. Same idea. Just because you are gluten-free or you have a lot of food allergies does not mean that you can't enjoy bread. You just have to look for it in places like this or gluten-free bakery type places. We're back.
We are back, and we have all the snacks that we bought, at least for today. Granted, today wasn't our first time going to either of the places. We've actually gone earlier, and we tried other things too, but the stuff that we got today in particular were things that we know we really liked, and now that we can't really eat much stuff, we're pretty conscious about what we're snacking on, and we want to make sure it's things that are worth repurchasing. So to start, this is stuff from Healthy Options, and I showed this one in the video, but this is seriously my favorite snack at the moment. It tastes like a chocolate bark. I really never thought that quinoa could taste so good, but in a way, this has been a savior for chocolate snack for me. I really love it.
You let me try it too, and it's really delicious. It has a nice crunch to it. If you like chocolate that also has a crunch, like...
Well, kind of like an American chocolate is like crunch.
Yes.
So if you've ever had crunch.
I was trying to remember the name of the chocolate. Yeah.
Or like in Japan, there's crunky. I really, really like chocolate. I really do. And thankfully, chocolate showed up as all in the clear for my allergy test. I can continue eating chocolate. Personally, I like dark chocolate. Growing up, I really liked Japanese crunky. When I moved to the States, I liked crunch. So I like just kind of crunchy chocolate bars. And so this is, I guess, this era's version of what that is. Something that we weren't able to get on camera at Healthy Options was actually this protein bar. This one is from brand Nugo. The reason why this bar is what we got is because it is the only one that is free of all of our allergens. It uses pea protein. A lot of the other protein bars had like whey protein,
soy protein.
This was the only one. It was a huge selection of even just this Nugo. They had a bunch of other protein bars, but literally this was the only one.
I almost gave up on protein bars because they're all processed, so they tend to just have all of the allergen things. But you were sleuthing around and you found this one. This was the only one that was okay for us to eat.
And it helps that personally it is a flavor that I adore. I love dark chocolate. This one is double dark chocolate with sea salt. It's essentially this, but in protein bar form. Yes, these are processed, but we still at least are conscientious now of the ingredients. Pea protein, rice flour, rice protein, dark chocolate, unsweetened chocolate, sugar, cocoa butter, vanilla, tapioca syrup, agave syrup, brown rice crisp, cocoa powder, gum acacia, natural flavors, and sea salt. Every ingredient says organic blank. So the reason why we couldn't show it today was because recently we went back and bought the whole like last box, so I'm sure they need to restock.
Yeah, during the checkout, because it was the entire box, the cashier lady was so nice. She's like, let me check all the expiration dates on these because you're buying the whole box, and they're all good. We really love these. We need to keep up our protein intake, but again, they tend to be processed and have a lot of allergens, but not this one. It also helps that they're delicious.
We just feel so thankful that we have just some extra little snack, but also protein food item.
From real food. Ta-da! Banana chips made from Filipino plantains, and this is the cinnamon flavor. They have unsweetened, they have sweetened,
they have salted, and then I think they even have spiced. We just like the cinnamon one because we want this as like a snack, not so much like a savory food.
We loved many things, and one of them was Auntie Anne's. Auntie Anne's, you know, the pretzels. We obviously can't eat those anymore, but the cinnamon flavor that they had when they were crunchy is similar to this.
Kind of like if you like churros even. This is a pretty good option too. Again, it's not churros. It's very much a chip. We were eating this by the handful to the point where it was like halfway down and I was like, whoa, we could keep eating this, but we'll finish it all in one night. Very addicting.
We showed this in the store, but pea protein, again, it's very nice if you can't do soy protein or whey protein, because I believe that is either gluten or dairy or one of them. A lot of protein powders. It's hard to find ones that are okay for sensitive people. This is great. Flavor-wise, it tastes like nothing. Because it's just pea protein. There's literally nothing else. The ingredients just say pea protein powder.
The front even just says plain plant. Truthfully, this isn't like, oh, it's so amazing, it tastes so good. It's more just like this offers benefits that we're looking for.
And if you're taking protein powder, taste is probably not your top priority. It's actually the ingredients.
I imagine that you could probably add like cocoa powder to this if you want like a flavoring. This does seem to be okay as like either just a protein drink, or you can even mix this into like baking items. I think it even suggests that you can even put it into meals that you're cooking.
Also, we noticed that this one specifically was a bit more affordable than the other protein powders that were in store, and we're thinking it's because it's local, because there are some allergen-free protein powders in these stores, but they're usually imported. This is local to the Philippines, and it's great. The bread that we showed earlier, gluten-free white bread. They also had a whole grain option.
Yeah, they had a grain option, so this is more like the white bread version, but I think for a white bread, this is probably healthier than just your truly standard generic white bread.
It's basically made from rice flour.
I mean, I like to call it rice bread. We do like the flavor of this, but considering like a general palate, I can tell it's a bit bland, especially if you're someone who doesn't need to be conscious about like any allergen ingredients. Like this might not be an exciting loaf of bread for you, but for us, genuinely, we thought that we could never have bread again because bread is just all gluten and meat. This has felt like the needle in a haystack. This is a new item, is this like cocoa natura cocoa jam, kind of like a Nutella spread. So far in our journey, a lot of saving grace ingredients for us is things with rice and things with coconut.
To be honest and a little vulnerable right now, this life change has been so big. We all of a sudden can't eat like 90% of the stuff that we used to eat and are having to look at alternative ingredients in stores that we didn't have to before. And it's been challenging because we're not even in our home country necessarily. We still want to continue and we will still continue traveling full time. But now on top of that, we are trying to figure out in every new spot, how do we find ingredients that work with our guts?
Finding out our allergy tests abroad and then navigating life after still abroad is definitely very overwhelming. I don't know if anyone else has that kind of experience. But yeah, we just thought it'd be really worthwhile to share for anyone who has this experience, even if they're not abroad or if they are abroad and feel like, oh, like, am I going crazy? We love food so much that this wasn't something easy for us to do. We're not like, oh, like, yes, like so healthy, yes. A lot of things are healthy but have allergen ingredients. We don't think that's a bad thing. It's more just like, dang, our bodies currently just have trouble or discomforts when eating certain foods. And so we just have to be kind of conscious of that. On the one hand, for us, it's not immediately life-threatening, but latent allergies are the kind of allergies that kind of wear your body down over time, and especially with constant exposure. And so we want to give our bodies a break.
We'd be lying if we said this wasn't challenging. We were talking earlier about how much it meant to us that we were gifted that sapin at mesa, because it wasn't something that we ordered and it was complimentary, but it was also something we could eat. They could have gifted a flan or something, and we love flan, but we can't have it anymore.
Or even halo halo, which again, we love that too, but there's allergen ingredients in there.
So to get a traditional Filipino dessert complimentary that's delicious and that we could eat was really encouraging, and I think we needed that today.
It really was a pick-me-up for us, so thank you, Mesa, for such a generous gesture. It worked out so perfectly. It really felt like a divine treat to have it. We're very thankful for that experience, and we thought this was a great video to share. Usher in this new era of what we have to deal with on this channel. We are still going to be full-time traveling, and our whole life isn't about what we eat, but it is a big part of our life, and so that is how our channel is going to be changing now with the new lens of showing some foods that we need to eat moving forward. Starting with the Philippines, we are starting off on a pretty good foot, I really think.
Thank you so much for watching, and please leave us a like, a subscribe, leave us a comment. We love seeing comments so much.
If you're someone who's watching who deals with allergies, whether the same as us or just a couple or even different allergies that we didn't list, like, please let us know. Even before we had our allergy test, I still value people who do have allergies and kind of make it their niche or kind of their mission to kind of share alternative options for people who are in the same boat. And so now it's like, I guess we kind of are in that boat now.
Yeah.
We want to welcome in that part of the community as well. Like, we see you because we are experiencing it too. For those of you who don't have any allergies at all, we still are going to do our best to show yummy foods, because we're not just going to eat food that we don't like. So with that said, we will see you in the next video.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sticking around.
Bye.